Hello everybody, welcome to the very first Season 2 Couch TCG Tournament Review. I am very excited to be showcasing the best of what the couch has to offer. And I am going to be doing it like this. We're going to be having one honorable mention for the very first person who asked me to showcase their deck. And we're going to be doing our top 10 winners and showing the world what they have to offer. So maybe you can get inspired. Or you're just there because, you know, you want to see yourself there, which is something I would want to do, of course, if I got any placement on the tournament. But anyways, if you enjoy content like this or any of the other content you see on my channel, please give our channel a subscribe and hit the notification bell. It'll mean so much to us and it'll keep us motivated to keep moving forward. It's just one button click for a world of surprise in your future. And not only that, I would like to thank our three judges, Queen, Professor Exo, and my girlfriend Jessie. You guys did a great job and I am super proud of y'all. Anyways, now let's get on with the showcase. Alright guys, we are now going to be doing the top 8 decks of the Couch TCG Season 2 Tournament 1. Let's have a good time. First, we got our honorable mention.
Do you suffer from a lack of a father figure?
Yes. Stale Fish. And he made 25th place. He asked to be on here on my Discord General, so join my Discord General if you want the Couch TCG plug. And pretty much, yeah, it's a very basic deck. He replaced porters with Pokemon, which I think is a pretty cool concept. You know, Webalz and Mew and Radiant Greninja really getting that draw power that a lot of the good supporter these days really help you obtain. And with that price, you get really good energy acceleration with Playdoll, allowing you to take 2 energies into your hand. And what else do we got? And yeah, with Ogie Dogie, you know, with all this, you know, draw power and Dogie Dogie, you know, you could do a potential 280 by getting a Dark Energy on it, plus Legacy for a 0 prize. And honestly, it is a really cool concept, but I don't see it taking too far because I think supporters are pretty important, and taking them out just, you know, you only use them once per turn, but it was really cool. I really like the imagination behind this deck, and yeah, that's all I really gotta say for it. And, yeah, now we finally get to a play.
Oh shit!
Here we go again. All right, then we got Frankzapata for 8th place, and pretty much a mostly standard Charizard deck. You know, we've got Reset Stamp, which pretty much like harms your opponent's ability to get more cards than they need, especially on in the early game. It really ruins the middle game for your opponent because, you know, you become the biggest bird, and honestly, it's like really nice when you have more cards than your opponent. Not only that, but Pidgeot can come and swoop in and give you more cards, giving those combos. Another thing I like about it is Collapse Stadium doing really well. Trying to avoid those 3 prize turns from other people's Iron Hands. You just Collapse Stadium, that will Minion away, or any of your 2 prizers that can be gusted up easily. I think that's pretty smart. And speaking of gust, we've got the 2 counter catchers. I just think that's something that stands out because with Dusknoir and Dusclops, you're giving your opponent more prizes. So why not just, you know, get more prizes when you know, you give them something, almost like giving a pawn in a chess match. But yeah, you know, just more gust options, and you know, no pow pad, meaning you need to keep recycling these or hoping for that chance to. So yeah, just keep beating down your opponent and keep gusting them, and you'll get a good combination right there. All right, 7th place, we've got webalz. Webalz. You got 18 points, congratulations. But my opinion on your deck, oof, that's a lot of opinions. So, first of all, your Perchon EX a very, very new way of being two steps ahead, right? Because Charizard can now, as a dark type, do more damage, and pretty much you can catch your opponent in
20K HDR 1200 FPS Super Nintendo.
When they lack in. So not only that, but without even taking a prize, if Charizard, is poisoned, you can do 220, stopping any Chen Pao, and maybe even, they got a damage counter on them somehow. I don't know, maybe even more. But that's such a cool combo with Binding Mochi. And Charizard is just stall proof with this deck. I mean, it literally can switch all the time unless, Snorlax finds a way to fill up your bench. So no Pickle Chin activity here, no goofy activity, just the best Charizard so far. Alright, 6th place, we've got MarcoB. That's Zaddy Chill. And we got a Reggie Drago deck. And 3 things that stood out to me were Iron Leaves being a great way of just taking out the Charizard, especially with Ogerpons, out there, sitting there with Grass Energy, maybe not being able to climb those heights, but Iron Leaves, boom, you smack it in and Charizard is dead. And speaking of Zard, we got Radiant Zard, an amazing way to take out last KO in late game. So, you just slap it on there with a Fire Energy, something that Reggie Drago needs, so it pairs really nicely, and boom, you're hitting for 250. Something with along the lines with Prime Catcher, just easier, probably prize race support, just gone in an instant. And Hawlucha, always great because even though it's taking up a bench space, some Raging Bolt players play 290 with Bravery Charm, and, you gotta hit those heights. So luckily Hawlucha's there to tech in for that matchup. So yeah, really great Reggie Drago deck. It's got some riz. Alright, number 5th place, we got one PPO, or Peepo. And we've got a nice Miraidon deck ready for cooking right now. Miraidon's taking a huge resurgence right now, and that is just amazing. CTH, where are you?
It should have been me!
Anyways, Luxray and Erie are really cool because they help slow down your opponent's momentum with Disruption early on, which I think is really good. Or late game too. But yeah, if you have the Luxray out, your best bet is to get it out there. Academy at Night is just so brilliant. I just honestly would obliterate opponents with, energy acceleration. Getting it on the top of your deck and using it as a free energy is just amazing. Oh man, that with Cryptomaniac. I wonder if you put Cryptomaniac's code breaking in here too. Oh my gosh, that might go crazy. But yeah, just getting fast energy out is just, really wonderful for every card. And yeah, I don't see any complaints with that. And the double turbo really just goes along with everything. Goes with Reggie Lucky, goes with Iron Hands. It can even go with Raikou or, Miraidon. I mean, it just goes into every part of this deck, even Mew. It just goes everywhere. And, just all energies can do something, well, besides for Raichu. And honestly, I mean, what's not to love about accelerating those energies, man? I would just say, yeah. And for 4th place, we've got Yay You. Congratulations for our top 4. And we got a really cool Lost Garantina deck. And pretty much what I like about this deck is that Fez seems to really help pick up the pace for this deck where the Comphase can. A lot of people like to take out the Comphase, but the Unfair stamp really does help as well, because if you get one Comphase knocked out, you can destroy your opponent early game and you can have all the cards in the, all the Comphase out and your Fez. You're just getting big hands so early on. It's just really cool. And we got another Iron Leaves for the Charizard play, and I just think that's pretty great. And just getting that extra weight off of Garantina when it's no longer usable is just, only the freaking strongest can do that. So just bad. Oh my god, I wish I played Guaranteed at some point. This deck looks really fun. And, yeah, just taking the burden off Giratina. And, yeah, Unfair Stamp +2 Rack Sands is really great too, because early game, Unfair Stamp, and then later game, you're just demolishing your opponent over and over and over again. And, yeah, I mean, it's just really cool just knowing that, you know, you have the potential to do that. And, Colress Experiments just fits in the gap. So, you know, amazing damn Daniel stuff. Alright. Third place, we got your boy, Drayke. And honestly, this is a really cool Raging Bolt deck. Blood Moon Ursaluna, I've never seen one in any deck like that. And honestly, I just think it's really clever because with this version of the deck, you're going so fast that you might as well have 3 energy ready for Ursaluna turn 2 if you're getting all the components. And, you know, like, it does more damage for each damage counter on your Pokemon, which doesn't really say much, but, you know, it could help if you're going for those big prize knockouts. And, yeah, it's just a good way of utilizing this deck. I think Lost City is really clever, too, because, you know, with Raging Bolt, you're getting early gameplay, and especially with those Stage 2 decks, you know, you're really taking out their resources. They can't recycle it back in, and they're pretty much screwed. And they'll be like, bruh. So, like, honestly, great reason to use Lost City, just to keep your opponent dying. And then Superior Energy Retrieval is really good because, you know, you're just grabbing so much. You're grabbing so much. You're grabbing your Ogre Pond draws, and you're grabbing your energies that you need for Raging Bolt or Ursaluna. I mean, it could come. It's just such a surprise, and I really just love the concept. And I hope that I could even try this one day. And yeah, and it's amazing. All right, now we got second place, Chris W, and he totally got the W. You know, second place is nothing to be laughed about. That was him, by the way. I was kidding. That wasn't him. Lugia, the hype always coming up and down with this deck. Right now, it seems it's got second place, so pretty high on the hype train right now. Honestly, it seems like a normal Lugia deck until you look closer to it. There's 2 jamming towers, which you never see in Lugia, but it always helps get rid of those higher damages from Luxury Cape, Bravery Charm, etc. You know, just anything to stop that 220 from being, you know, absolutely vital, especially Double Turtle Energy knocking it down. But this Lugia deck really does show that if you pretty much take away all your opponent's reasons to, you know, defend themselves, Lugia can just munch. And honestly, I like that deck for that. Tons of discard options. I mean, you've got Karma, you've got Professor's Research, you've got Ultra Ball. You just so many ways of getting your opponent, you know, outpacing your opponent. That's the word I'm looking for. And Gift Energy, giving you more just to discard. Like, it's just so, it feels like it would run so smoothly if I played this. Finally, just lots of gust option. I mean, if Lugia can't take what's in front of him, might as well take out what's behind him over and over and over until, you know, again, that 220 is being worth something, because this deck is only lowering its damage output, not accelerating it. But it seemed like this guy found a way to make his deck just so amazing. And honestly, you got the good knockout. But for number 1, we got Sackwatch number 1, Janeiro? I don't know how to say it, but Janeiro, with the Arceus deck of all decks, man, which is insane. Very unique choice of deck. I've never seen it ever before. I know I've seen Arceus before, but I've never seen something to work this well. Especially got in first place with 601, 19 points. Just really strong mini combos that it can use. Just with Reggie, lucky by getting its 2 parts that it needs. And for a double turbo energy, which you have 4 of, you can just accelerate energy under the Reggie Lucky, which is insane. Great draw energies. energies. Engines with Fezidipity. And, let's see. And Purloin as well, which is basically Corellia, which I really forgot about. But he was able to utilize it really well. Plus, for 2 energies, you can do 60, which is not too bad. But yeah, great draw energies. And it just feels like this deck could never get disrupted with Purloin, you know, even with Judge. Like, if you judge yourself, you're still going to get more cards. If you idle yourself, you're still going to get more cards late game. It just feels like it's a never-ending draw cycle. You always get what you need. But I'm going to try it out later in another video to showcase this deck, to really see what this guy was freaking cooking in the kitchen. So, anyways, the Arceus combo helping out Reggie Lucky, I already mentioned. I think it's really good. Just giving your opponent a wall that they can't surpass unless, you know, they really have to climb that damage out, which, you know, really does help. And it's able to fit so many techs like Radiant Charizard and Ditto. I mean, it just feels like the ultimate toolbox deck right now in the meta. And yeah, that is it for our PowerPoint presentation. Oh yes, we made it to the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for bringing yourself all the way here. If you haven't already, please click that subscribe button. We worked really hard on this video and all the other videos you're going to be seeing this week. And remember to check out our Discord server down below. The link will be down below. Our Discord server is our pride and joy. Over 700 members to come with. And just hang out with. My goal is to be the #1 Pokemon TCG server. That's all I want. I want to beat my competition. Who knows? Anyways, have a great day. And remember, the light's on.